So welcome to the Thungal online classes. We are discussing the concept of carboxylic acid under the chapter of aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. In the last class we have stopped the class at we were in the discussion of chemical properties of carboxylic acids, which has been classified into four categories. That is the reactions of carboxylic acid due to the cleavage of OH bond. Okay, these are actually called as reactions of carboxylic acid due to acidic nature. In the last class we have seen the criteria of acidic nature and the chemical reactions of carboxylic acid due to the breakage of OH bond. Okay, in this class we will try to discuss the remaining chemical reactions of carboxylic acid. Under the first one that comes, okay, we will discuss the chemical reactions. Okay, the second type of reactions that comes under the chemical reactions of carboxylic acids is that reactions due to cleavage of CO bond. What is this? CO bond. Okay, as I told you in the last class, this is your carboxylic acid. It may participate. While participating in the chemical change, either this bond may undergo cleavage, which we call reactions due to the cleavage of OH bond, which we have seen in the last class. Along with this bond may undergo. Okay, if this bond undergoes, okay, all those reactions in which this particular CO single bond undergoes cleavage are basically categorized into the reactions due to the cleavage of CO bond. Okay, there are few important reactions here. Okay, the first one we can say formation of anhydrates, acid anhydrates, we can say. What is this? Formation of acid anhydrates. Basically what happens? Carboxylic acids on heating with dehydrating agents such as concentrated H2SO4, or you may also take P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide. Okay, undergo intermolecular dehydration and forms corresponding acid anhydrates. It will form. What it will form? Corresponding acid anhydrates it will form. Okay, if you want to discuss with a general example, okay, take two molecules of carboxylic acid. If you are eating either in presence of H2SO4 concentrated, or if you are treating this with P2O5, what happens? Your elimination of water molecule takes place and results in the formation of acid anhydrate. Okay, if you want to see the actual way of the reaction is that your elimination of water molecule takes place. These are symmetrical, doesn't make any difference from where you are removing the oxygen and hydrogen. So you will get a compound. This is we call, what is we call it as? Anhydrate we call it as. Acid anhydrate we call it as. Acid anhydrate. Okay, for example, if you are taking acetic anhydrate, 2 moles of acetic acid, if you are heating either in presence of concentrated H2SO4 or phosphorus pentoxide, with the removal of water molecule, what it will form? It forms CH3, C double bond O. Okay, C double bond O CH3. This is we call, what we call it as acetic. We call it as acetic anhydrate. We call it as. Okay, acetic anhydrate we call it as. Right? Or otherwise you can call it if you are taking two different. If you are taking acetic acid plus benzoic acid, if you are taking acetic acid and benzoic acid, it will form Okay, it will come. This is we call as according to IUPAC we can call it as benzoic ethanoic anhydride. We call it as, what do we call it as? Benzoic ethanoic anhydride we call it as. Okay, by using this particular method, okay, we can prepare the anhydrides. If you observe here, what is getting broken here? This particular bond is getting broken, and so these type of reactions are categorized under the category of cleavage of CO bond. Okay, hope it is clear so far. Right, and under this category we will have another reaction with PCl5, PCl3 and thionyl chloride. What do you call it as? Thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride is okay, SOCl2 is called as thionyl chloride. Right, basically if you are talking about this, under this first one we'll see the reaction with okay, or simply let me write that carboxylic acids on reaction with phosphorus pentachloride, phosphorus trichloride and thionyl chloride forms what they'll form? Forms corresponding acid chlorides. They'll form what? They'll form acid chlorides along with some byproduct. Okay, first of all, if you are talking about the reaction with phosphorus pentachloride, if you are talking about the reaction with phosphorus pentachloride, the general way of writing is that this is carboxylic acid, and when you are treating this with PCl5, right, it will form, okay, you just replace this hydroxy group with chlorine, and what happens here? It will form POCl3 plus, okay, what do you get here? HCl you will get. Right. For example, if you are taking an example of take acetic acid. If you are taking acetic acid, right? Acetic acid if you are taking here, if you are treating this with PCl5, what do you get here? CH3, C double bond OCl plus phosphonyl chloride plus HCl you will get. This is we call acetyl chloride. What do you call it as? We call it as acetyl chloride. We call it as, right? Suppose if you are taking benzoic acid, you will get what you will get here? You will get your benzyl chloride. You will get here. This is we call benzyl chloride. What do you call it as? Benzoyl chloride you call it as. Okay. And if you are talking about the reaction with phosphorus trichloride, here basically carboxylic acid on reaction with phosphorus trichloride, here you have to take 3 moles of carboxylic acid, okay, which will form 3 moles of acid chloride, okay, plus phosphorus acid. What do we call it as? This is we call phosphorus acid. Okay, right, this is we call acid chloride. We call it as, what we call it as? Acid chloride we call, right? Now for example, if you want to take 3 moles of acetic anhydride, if you treat this with a phosphorus trichloride, you will get 3 moles of what is this? Acetyl chloride plus phosphorus acid, right? Along with what you get here? You will get 3 moles of HCl also. 3 moles of HCl also you will get here. Right, this is about the reaction with the phosphorus trichloride. And reaction with, if you are talking about the reaction with thionyl chloride, what is this? Thionyl chloride. On the reaction with thionyl chloride, basically what happens, carboxylic acids on reaction with thionyl chloride, it will form, okay, it will form corresponding acid chloride plus sulfur dioxide plus what is this? You will get HCl, you will get. Right, what you will get here? You will get HCl. Okay, this is one of the best method of preparation of acid chlorides. Here, if you see, both the byproducts, sulfur dioxide as well as HCl are liberating in the form of gases. So no byproduct is associated with the product. So here you will get the acid chlorides in the pure form. So this particular method of preparation of acid chlorides is one of the best method for the preparation, since here you need not to purify the product separately. Here you are getting the product itself in the pure form, because both the byproducts are in the gaseous form. Right. So here also you can take an example of, if you are treating acetic acid, if you treat acetic acid with thionyl chloride, it will give acetyl chloride plus sulfur dioxide plus HCl gas it will produce. Okay, this is another reaction of carboxylic acid due to the cleavage of OH bond. Right. Hope it is clear so far. Next we will see the third type of reaction under this category, which is called esterification. What we call it as esterification. Right? Here basically what happens, carboxylic acids in presence of acidic medium. Carboxylic acids on reaction with alcohols in presence of acidic medium. What is this acidic medium? You can take either H2SO4 or HCl you can take. Undergo esterification, or otherwise we can say undergo nucleophilic substitution to form corresponding ester. This reaction is known as, how it is known as? This is we call this esterification reaction. What we call esterification reaction. For example, suppose if you are treating carboxylic acid, and let me take an alcohol. This is alcohol. Okay, this is in presence of H plus, that is acidic medium. It results in the formation of right, carboxylic acid the ester plus water. This is we call ester. Since we call this reaction as ester. Right. Here if you are talking about the mechanism, basically what happens in presence of acidic medium, basically this oxygen of carbon will undergo protonation. Okay, because of the presence of lone pair of electrons, the proton will attack on the lone pair of electrons of oxygen, so it will gets a positive charge. Right. Now what happens here, nucleophilic attack will made by carbon, the alcohol, this is we call alcohol, it makes a nucleophilic attack. By that what happens, this bond goes here, it will become OH, and here I will write OH, and here I will write OR. Right. Now in this case what happens, it will undergo, right, in this case what happens, in presence of H plus, right, here this lone pair of electrons are migrated here, this OH minus will be removed in the form of water molecule. By that it will be converted into R C double bond OH plus OR. Okay. Now here it loses an H plus, it loses an H plus and gets converted into RC double bond OR. It is RC double bond OR. Okay, this overall mechanism is called nucleophilic substitution, which is taking place in presence of acidic medium. This is a mechanism of what is this esterification of carboxylic acids. Suppose if you are, let me take an example here. If you are treating acetic acid, if you are treating acetic acid with methyl alcohol in presence of acidic medium, right? What happens? All these are reversible reactions, right? That what happens here, you will get a CH3, you just connect this alkyl group coming from the alcohol and write it as water, right? Suppose if you are treating benzoic acid, this is we call methyl acetate, we call it as, what we call it as, methyl acetate we call it as. Suppose if you are treating benzoic acid with ethyl alcohol, you will get a product called ethyl benzoate. What do you call it as? You will call it as ethyl benzoate. You will call it as, this is we call as ethyl benzoate. Right? This particular reaction is called as esterification. It is a bit of important in terms of board. Okay, you may be asked. Okay, here you may also have to write the mechanism. If it is asked for 3 marks, it can be questioned for the 3 marks and board examination. So you need to be careful. Now there is another reaction, okay, which is called as reaction with ammonia. Reaction of carboxylic acid with ammonia. Reaction of carboxylic acids with ammonia. Right? Here what happens? Okay, carboxylic acids on reaction with ammonia forms ammonium carboxylate. What it will form? Ammonium carboxylate, which is on heating forms corresponding amide. It will form acid amide. It will form. Okay, if you want to see the general reaction, okay, this is carboxylic acid. When you are treating with this ammonia, okay, it is acidic in nature and it is basic in nature. It basically forms corresponding, okay, ammonium carboxylate. This is we call, okay, this is we call ammonium carboxylate we call this. Okay, when you heat it, okay, on heating it undergo dehydration. It will form RNH2 plus H2O. It will form. This is we call amide. What do you call it as? This is we call amide. Okay. For example, if you are taking acetic acid, okay, acetic acid on reaction with ammonia, it forms ammonium acetate. What it will form? Ammonium acetate it will form. This is on heating with the liberation of or with the removal of water molecule. It will form acetamide. What it will form? It will form acetamide. Suppose if you are taking benzoic acid, it is on reaction with ammonia, okay, forms corresponding ammonium benzoate. What it will form? Ammonium benzoate it will form. So this is on heating. It forms, what it forms? It forms benzamide. It will form. What it will form? It forms benzamide. It will form, right? And if you are treating with any dioic acid such as phthalic acid, this is we call phthalic acid. What do you call it as? This is we call phthalic acid. Okay, phthalic acid on reaction with 2 moles of ammonia, it will form, okay, corresponding Okay, ammonium phthalate, what do you call it as? Ammonium phthalate you call it as phthalate. This is on heating, the removal of 2 moles of water molecule. Okay, it will form phthalimide. What it will form? It forms phthalimide. Okay, and this phthalimide on heating, it liberates ammonia. Further heating, it liberates ammonia to form a cyclic product which is called phthalimide. What do you call it as? Phthalimide we call it. That is amide and this is imide. This is imide, this is amide. Okay, this is also an important reaction, and all these 4 reactions comes under the category of reactions of carboxylic acid due to the cleavage of CO bond. Right? Hope it is clear so far. This particular reaction is also a bit of important in terms of board. It can be asked either for 2 marks. Right? This makes the completion of discussion about the second type of reactions, that is reactions of carboxylic acid due to the cleavage of CO bond. And the third type of reactions are that reactions involving carboxylic group. The complete carboxylic group will participate in COOH group as a whole. Okay, there are 2 types of reactions basically. One is a reduction reaction under this, and the second one we call it as decarboxylation reaction. What we call it as? Decarboxylation. Okay, decarboxylation reaction. Right? Now, the first one we will see reduction. Reduction of carboxylic acids. Reduction of carboxylic acids. Right? Carboxylic acids on reduction by either lithium aluminium hydrate or what is this? Diborane. What do you call it as? Diborane you call it as. What do you call it as? Diborane. Followed by hydrolysis. Hydrolysis forms corresponding what it will form? Corresponding alcohols it will form. It forms corresponding alcohols. For example, if you are taking about this is a general formula of carboxylic acid, either it will be reduced by what is this? Lithium aluminium hydrate, or you may also take diborane B2H6 and followed by what is this? Followed by hydrolysis you have to go for. Okay, it will convert into corresponding what is this? RCH2 OH plus He2O it will form. Right? For example, if you are taking CH3 COOH acetic acid, if you are taking this is on reduction, it will be converted into ethyl alcohol. What do you call it as? This is we call as ethyl alcohol we call it as. Right? Suppose if you are taking benzoic acid on reduction, it will be converted into benzyl alcohol. What do you call it as? You call it as benzyl alcohol. You just convert the carboxylic group into alcoholic group. How to convert this carboxylic group to the carboxylic group? You have to add 2 hydrogens and you have to remove the double bonded oxygen in the form of water. That is how you have to remove it. And there is another reaction which is we call decarboxylation. We call it as decarboxylation of carboxylic acids. Okay. Sodium carboxylate. You have to take the sodium carboxylates on heating with soda lime. What is this we call? soda lime undergo decarboxylation. What is mean by decarboxylation? Removal. D means removal. What is getting removed? Carbon dioxide. Decarboxylation to form, what it will form? They'll form corresponding hydrocarbons. What they'll form? Corresponding hydrocarbons. It can be either alkane or alkene or anything. Suppose physically you have to take the sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Okay, when you are heating this with sodium hydroxide plus calcium oxide, this is we called soda lime. The mixture of sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide is called as soda lime. Okay, now when you heat it, it will be converted into corresponding, if you are taking this as a saturated region, it will form alkane along with the formation of Na2CO3. Here, suppose if you are taking this as a saturated, there you will get an alkane. Suppose if I take acetic acid, if sodium acetate is heated with the soda lime, it will form methane. Methane along with the sodium carbonate. Okay, are you getting this? These are the two reactions which includes the carboxylic group as an whole. Okay, this is your third type of reaction. What was the example we have taken? If you are taking benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, if you are treating this sodium benzoate with NaOH and calcium oxide, lime, soda lime we call it as, it will form benzene. It will form. What it will form? Benzene it will form with the formation of what is this? Na2CO3. This is what? Sodium benzoate it is. This is we call it as sodium benzoate, right? And this is we call benzene. Here it will also undergo another reaction. This sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Sodium salt of carboxylic acid on electrolysis undergo decarboxylation to form corresponding hydrocarbons. This particular reaction is called, this reaction is known as Kolb's decarboxylation, we call it as Kolb's reaction, or we call it as Kolb's decarboxylation, we call it as, all Kolb's electrolysis we call. What we call it as? This is we call Kolb's electrolysis. Kolb's electrolysis we call it as. What is mean by electrolysis? Breaking of the compound by electric current is called as electrolysis, which you are going to study in electrochemistry. Okay, this is your, what is this? Sodium carboxylate, right? Here, this is on electrolysis. What happens here? Electrolysis on subjecting electric current. You will get a corresponding hydrocarbon plus, what you get here? Na2CO3 you will get. Okay, you have to take 2 moles here. Okay, by that you will get the Na2CO3. Okay, this is we call hydrocarbon we call it as, right? Suppose if you are taking acetic sodium acetate, you will get ethane. You will get, what you will get? Ethane plus Na2CO3. This is you already studied in the last year under the chemical properties or under the preparation of alkanes. This is we call ethane, we call it as. And these two reactions, that is reduction as well as a decarboxylation of carboxylic acids, comes under the category of reactions involving carboxylic group. And there is another reactions, okay, the fourth type of reaction of carboxylic acid, which is called as, okay, reactions, substitution reaction we call it as. Substitution reaction in hydrocarbon part, where it is in hydrocarbon part of carboxylic acid. The name itself suggests, okay, here the hydrogen of hydrocarbon is getting replaced. The hydrogen of hydrocarbon is getting replaced by, okay, something else which we call it as substitution. Basically, here you contain, this is a general formula of carboxylic acid. Okay, where this R represents hydrocarbon part. This R represents hydrocarbon part. Okay, basically here what happens, this particular reaction, okay, carboxylic acids having alpha hydrogen, when treated with okay, halogen. What is this? Halogen. Basically here halogen, X represents either, okay, Cl2 or what is this? Br2. Either it has to be chlorine or bromine. Okay, in presence of what is this? In presence of red phosphorus undergo substitution to form alpha halo carboxylic acid. This particular reaction is called as, this reaction is known as, this is also very important, HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction, H stands for Hell, V stands for Volhard, okay, Z stands for Zielinski reaction. This is also very important for 2 marks. Basically here you need to take a hydrocarbon with which is having alpha hydrogen. This is carboxylic carbon and this is alpha carbon. When you treat it with a halogen, in presence of what is this? In presence of red phosphorus, it will form, okay, corresponding carboxylic acid. This is we call alpha halo carboxylic acid. Alpha halo carboxylic acid we call it as. Suppose if you are taking acetic acid, okay, this is carboxylic carbon and this is alpha, okay, here if you are treating with Cl2 in presence of red phosphorus, okay, it will form ClCH2COOH. This is we call alpha chloro, what do you call it as? Alpha chloro acetic acid we call it as. Alpha chloro acetic acid we call it as. This is also another important reaction of carboxylic acid due to the alpha hydrogen. So since here the reaction is taking place at the hydrocarbon part, this reaction is named as, okay, substitution reaction in the hydrocarbon region of the carboxylic acid. It is basically considered. Okay, hope it is clear so far. Right, there is another reaction which are called as electrophilic substitution. Reactions in aromatic carboxylic acids. Basically we are going to discuss about some electrophilic substitution reactions. Okay, carboxylic group, okay, carboxylic group is an electron withdrawing group. What nature it is? Electron. Or carboxylic group is basically is an electron withdrawing group. Hence, okay, carboxylic group is meta-director in nature. What is this? Meta-director in nature. Okay, suppose this is, you call it as a carboxylic group. Okay, whenever you treat carboxylic acid towards any reagent, suppose if you are treating this with concentrated HNO3 in presence of what is this? Concentrated H2SO4, this is we call nitration reaction. What do you call it as? This is we call nitration. Here what happens? Here it will produce, the substitution will preferentially takes place at meta position. This is we call meta nitro. What do you call it as? Meta nitro benzoic acid you call it as. Meta-nitrobenzoic acid you call it as, right? Suppose if you are subjecting it for halogenation, how to take for halogenation? When benzoic acid is treated with, concentrated HNO3 in presence of concentration H2SO4, okay, at meta position nitro group will be substituted, resultant compound is called as nitrobenzoic acid. The same way, if the benzoic acid is treated with bromine or any halogen in presence of okay, what is this, FeCl3 or FeBr3, you may also take, or AlCl3 also it can be taken. At what you will form, you will get here metabromobenzoic acid, you will get, what you will get? Metabromobenzoic acid you will get, benzoic acid you will get, right? This makes the completion of discussion about the chemical properties of carboxylic acid. So far we have seen all the different type of reactions that are given in the textbook, okay, with examples that are not given in the textbook also we have seen. That means in the books they have given the general formula and general equations. So if you understand the mechanism or the way of writing the general equation, you can apply that for any given example, okay. That is how you have to apply the concept to any given examples in the examination, okay. So we will see some unsolved in-text questions that are given in the textbook. We are solving only in-text questions, unsolved in-text, right? We'll see. The question is that here, identify the strongest acid among the given pairs. He has given some pair of compounds. Under that you need to identify the strongest acid. This first pair is given, okay, acetic acid. This is acetic acid, or he has given fluoroacetic acid. What he has given? Fluoroacetic acid. And the second pair is given, okay, fluoroacetic acid, and what he has given? Chloroacetic acid is given. This is we call chloroacetic acid. The third pair is given, okay, fluoroproponoic acid, fluorobutyric acid he has given. Fluorobutyric acid he has given. And what he has given? This is alpha, beta, this is gamma, and he has given CH3F CH2COH. This is he has given alpha, beta. This is gamma fluoro. What is this? Fluorobutyric acid. And this is beta fluoro. What is this? This is beta fluorobutyric acid. Or you can say this is 4-fluorobutyric acid, this is 3-fluorobutanoic acid. And the fourth compound is given, has given the fourth compound as para-trifluoromethylbenzoic acid, or it has given para-methylbenzoic acid. These are the compound he has given and asking us to identify which of the following is the strongest among. See, here it is acetic acid and this is fluoroacetic acid. Since we know that this fluorine is a electron withdrawing group, basically what happens? Acidity is directly proportional to what? Acidity of carboxylic acids is directly proportional to electron withdrawing group. So this is having electron donating group, this is the electron withdrawing group. So this fluoroacetic acid is found to be the strongest among these two pair. Okay, fluoroacetic acid is the strongest among the acetic acid and fluoroacetic acid. If you are comparing fluoroacetic acid and chloroacetic acid, since we know that the withdrawing effect will be decreasing order of withdrawing effect will be, this is a decreasing order of withdrawing effect. Fluorine is a strong withdrawing. Stronger the withdrawing power, greater will be the acidic strength. So okay, so here what is this? This fluoroacetic acid is the strongest among the fluoroacetic acid and chloroacetic acid, since fluorine is a strong withdrawing group when you compare with the chlorine. When you coming to the next compound, if you look at here, position of withdrawing group also have an effect. If the withdrawing is closer to the carboxylic group, greater will the withdrawing power. If the withdrawing group is away from the carboxylic group, weaker will be withdrawing power. So since it is at gamma position, it is at beta position. Where it is near, it is closer here, it is closer to the carboxylic group, so withdrawing power will be more. Okay, here since it is away from the carboxylic group, withdrawing power will be less. So since it is closer, this is more acidic. And when you are talking about the para-trifluorobenzoic acid and paramethyl benzoic acid, this is electron withdrawing group. Okay, this is electron withdrawing group, this is electron donating group. So this will be more acidic than a what is this? Paramethyl benzoic acid. Okay, this is in text question. Okay, this makes the completion of discussion about carboxylic acids, and I hope it is clear. So far this chapter is very important. I'll again remind you that nothing is being removed from this chapter in the modified syllabus. From each and every chapter something is being removed, but from this only one chapter the entire syllabus is written as it is. By that only you need to understand how important it is, both in terms of board as well as the competitive point of view. Here we have only seen the board point of view, the competitive point of view will be seen later. But since it is being completed, if you are following the classes regularly, and if you are when you follow the classes regularly, you will understand the concept thoroughly. So if have understood the concept thoroughly, then what happens, you have to solve the questions given after the lesson in the textbook. Try to give an attempt on it when you have followed the classes and when you understood the classes, then ultimately you will be able to in a position to solve all the questions given in the textbook. So if you are facing any difficulty in solving any question, you can take the clarities from the WhatsApp group by consulting the consult faculties. Okay, that's all for today, and hope it is clear. Thank you.